Let's have a look. Got 35, 41.5 protein. I've got guard your privacy. Wow. What's going to happen to my privacy? What is this button? Highlight saves your channel as unlisted video. What? Huh? Oh, we got a couple of people on. Say hi. Let me know you're there. Got to make sure that I am not unlisted. Did I forget to switch this thing? Oh, good morning. Okay, you are on. All right, so you can see me. All right, good. I was making sure I didn't mess up the settings. All right, so Josh Almighty Blades, hello there. I'm just on this morning having my protein. I know it's not actually morning, it's a protein lunch now, but it feels like morning because my sleep has been shit. But we've done a little bit of, Michael and I have already done a little bit of morning cardio. Now I've got to have my protein, take my supplements, all of those things. And we leave tomorrow for Istanbul. So, what is up, people? I appreciate you joining me this morning. Just hanging out, having some breakfast. This is my cottage cheese, flaxseed, cottage cheese, 1% milk fat, and pineapples and blackberries. You and Michael are both big inspirations. Oh, thank you so much. Josh Almighty, I don't know how much you're going to want to chat with me because my whole life right now is all wrapped up in this midlife hormonal hell. That's where I'm at. So I'm just hopping on here, letting folks know what I'm doing to combat that, how I am making my body get stronger and healthier, even when it doesn't want to right now. So part of that starts with being sure I'm taking in enough protein. So here in my bowl, I've got 36 grams of protein. See, that's just interesting stuff, right? But I noticed this year that I'm having a lot more trouble getting my body into shape than I have previously. And I'd lost a ton of strength. Had no idea at all. So I was greatly offended by that. And after having my lab work checked, hi, Mrs. Monster, long time. I have been gone. Hope and wish you both the best. Thank you, Mark. But anyways, had my lab work checked, and basically my hormones were a mess. Hormones, but also was very low in magnesium, vitamin D. So now I've got a whole plethora of things. So if you are not a lady and you're on here right now, you're probably following me because of Michael. But if there are ladies in your life, listen up and share this information with them. They need to know. Back a generation ago, let's just say that, science released a study that was skewed. All right, they have since debunked the information that was given and actually found it to be very misleading, and it was absolutely awful for the generation of women that were before me. And that was that taking hormone therapy during perimenopause or menopause could actually increase your chances of getting breast cancer. Well, they didn't release that study was done on women that were already 60 or over, so past the menopause stage, and they only tested with one drug that was not a bioidentical hormone. It was Primpro. So we've had women suffering through hormonal shifts, changes, being handed mental drugs, SSRIs, being treated with what has worked for men when our bodies are completely different. I don't care how many people want to scream that they want to be another gender. At our very base level, we are different. And that's talking about our chemistry, our hormones, and how our body uses things, right? So without these hormones, when you start going through perimenopause, and I'm talking about estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, ladies need testosterone. A lot of folks don't know that. It's actually produced by our ovaries. Of course, not in the same amounts that men produce it, but it's there. We need these things to prevent bone loss, prevent osteoporosis, prevent different types of heart disease and cancers, but also to maintain our sex drive, to maintain energy, to maintain mental clarity. And when these things start dropping off, a whole plethora of problems happen. So we need to be sure that our ladies are seeing providers that are up to date on current information about hormone replacement therapy for women. Many of them are not. I've had women messaging me, sadly, saying that their doctors told them that because they had their lady parts, they don't need those things. Fools, all right? You got to find better providers, okay? Doctors do better. You've got to actually be up to date on your education. So what am I taking? I'm taking, everything was low. In my blood work, everything was screwed, all right? So I am taking D3K2, okay? D3, we need that for strong bones. To go along with that, to prevent osteoporosis, both my mother and my grandmother lost inches, like 4 to 5 inches on their height in their later years. Multiple bone breaks. My mother even broke her freaking femur. But to go along with that, to prevent bone loss, we need estrogen. So I take 1 milligram of estrogen a day. I take my D3 a day. These need to be taken with fat, food that has fat in it. So I've got my breakfast. That the number one focus has to be protein. I need at least 30 to 40 grams of protein with my first meal. Women in midlife do not use protein as efficiently as we do in our younger years. So that's why it's easier to waste muscle. Our body wastes muscle over burning fat as an option. The more you know, okay? So be sure you've got a little bit of healthy fat, and I do. I've got like 7 grams of healthy fats. I've got my protein. So I've already taken my estrogen, already taken my D3. I also take my testosterone cream. Ladies, we get to a point where not only are we losing strength, we are losing our sex drive. And I mean no sex drive. Zero, nada. And there is nothing that can be done through talking, watching movies, no amount of flowers, nothing is going to make that just come back. It's not because she suddenly doesn't like you men, okay? It's her hormones have tanked. And one of the things that we get our sex drive from is our testosterone. So 5 milligrams of testosterone cream every morning also helps with energy and mental clarity. So it's helping my brain fog. Magnesium. I take 2 different kinds of magnesium. Magnesium helps with sleep. Sleep is shit in midlife. And when I say sleep is shit, I mean sometimes there ain't none. Like none, okay? So I take magnesium glycinate at night. I take magnesium threonate in the morning. Magnesium is one of those great elements in our body that helps us to use other things more efficiently. And part of that is our hormone health. I saw a video of Pat Benatar, and she had a great physique as she got older. I just wanted to stop in and mention that. She is awesome. Do you have a problem with gay, lesbian? God loves everyone. What kind of question is that? And why would I have a problem with them? What? Why? Hi, Mrs. Monster. Long time. I have been gone. Hope and wish you both the best. I love people, okay? I am an incredible introvert, all right? When there are too many of you all at once, it's very overwhelming for me. And I like to keep it to about 2 people around me. But then, even then, after a certain amount of time, I have to regress and have some alone time, or at least alone with my husband time, right? So I love people. I don't care. Gay, not gay. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. I love people. So I'm also taking DHEA. That helps me to use and develop more of my own estrogen and testosterone. Progesterone at nighttime. Take that. It's supposed to help me sleep. Essentials for women. Ritual. Vitamins. All right. That is once a day. And then, because I've had this since I was a teen, ADHD, I take my Adderall every morning. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah, Pat Benatar. How about another woman? I can see her. She had the legs. Tina Turner. Crazy, right? Someone else has just jumped on the information wagon about perimenopause and menopause is Halle Berry. She's putting out a whole lot of good information there. So again, guys, if you know, like I said, I know that you men that are on here are probably here because you follow Michael and that's how you started following me. But if you have women you care about in your life, please get them on my channel, okay? I'm gonna be doing a lot of education, but I try to make it into a funny way. If any of you have seen my reels that are Provider Rebecca and Patient Rebecca, I try to do it in a funny way, but a lot of information and about perimenopause and what we go through in hormone replacement therapy. And what it boils down to is you always need to find a provider that is up to date in the information and talk with them. HRT is not right for everyone, but it is right for many, and many women can be helped. And a lot of the things that we deal with that the generations before us just had to suffer through, we don't have to do that. And it's not about chasing youth, it's about feeling better and feeling better in our skin and functioning better, living a better quality of life. That's all very important. How the hell do you look like you're 35? I really appreciate that, Michael. Misha? Oh, Misha. Misha is our cat's name. And I know it's Russian for Michael. That's why we chose it, actually, because Misha, our Bengal cat, his father is Russian. So I appreciate you saying that. I don't. I'm going to say it's probably lighting. Okay. But also, I have great genetics. My grandmother lived to be 96, and she didn't even get gray-headed until her 70s. I'm 52, and I find a gray hair every now and then. It's just those genetics that I've been blessed with. My Russian relatives call me Misha. Oh, I love that. Brian Johnson, nice seeing you today. I watch Michael every day on the YouTube. I'm 55, trying to get back to my best form. I get it. And you can, but you're also going to need support. Just as women, just as we go through perimenopause and menopause, where our hormones just tank, men's testosterone levels start dropping as well. And I don't know why there has been such a stigma about HRT where men are concerned. Women have been taking HRT for a while, those who have doctors that would provide it with them because of the misinformation that was out there. But men, if you're having problems maintaining muscle mass or building muscle mass, no amount of weight training or eating right is helping you through that. You're feeling sleepy all the time. You just don't have, like, you feel fatigue, or maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe you feel like you're having brain fog. Maybe you have lower sex drive or no sex drive. Get your testosterone tested and get your testosterone optimized. There is a difference in having normal levels and having optimal levels. Optimal means optimal for your best health, for your best life. I'm not talking about going out there and blasting testosterone and stuff, you know. Please don't harm your health. Please be under the guidance of a physician. But men, if you're 55 plus and trying to regain a better quality of life, talk to your doctor about testosterone replacement therapy. Recovery takes forever. Yes, recovery is hard, you know, and people just don't talk enough about it. As we get older, I guess we've just had this mindset that you're just supposed to accept that these things happen as you get older. But the thing is that they don't have to. Yes, you're going to age. Yes, you're going to. You can't reverse time, but you can optimize your hormones to protect your body, prevent bone loss, to maintain muscle mass, which is important to prevent injury, especially going into the last quarter of your life. You know, there are all kinds of things that are extremely important. And then getting in things like your vitamin D and your magnesium. All of those things are important. Do you practice fasting? Okay, so fasting is something that I've done for a long time. I do basically like it's 11 o'clock, and that's when I'm having my first meal, and my last meal was probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. All right. So I go those hours fasting. Now, when you get to be my age, though, women, I'm speaking of people with ovaries, vaginas. Okay. When you get to be my age, our bodies want to waste muscle before burning the body fat. That's crazy. So when we're in a fasting state, if I then go and work out, if I do anything that stresses my body is going to choose to use my muscle for fuel. I'm trying to maintain and even build muscle because I've lost a ton, y'all. I've lost a ton of strength. So I'm trying to build and maintain it. So I'm not trying to waste it. So I do not fast for any longer than that now. And I make sure that before I do anything strenuous, I feed my body because I want to burn the right things. I want to burn the body fat. Do you, dang good talk. Oh, thank you. Not all messages are showing up. Are some ugly messages not showing up? I don't know why. Some of them could be filtered. Is hiking on empty stomach good for fat loss for men? Okay, see, I have always, up until this situation here, which is perimenopause, up until this situation, I've always done fasted cardio and fasted workouts in the morning, and Michael still does. And that's because I'd always thought and read that doing fasted work in the mornings encourages your body to burn body fat. Well, science is now saying that's not necessarily true. It can actually increase your cortisol levels, which then makes your body hold on to belly fat. Who wants that? Not me. But I'm telling you, I did it for a decade and got great results. But now that my hormones have tanked, it doesn't work like that for me anymore. I don't know if it's the same for men. But like I said, at our very basic level, men and women are different. Our bodies function differently. They just do. You can't change biology. Oh, is that why somebody got angry with me? Because I said, you can't change? It has nothing to do with, I'm just saying that it doesn't matter how many times I say, if I were to say, I feel like I'm supposed to be a man. It's not going to change the biology of my body. I didn't mean anything negative beyond that. It's just that we have to face facts of the way our bodies function. I fast 18 hours daily, no matter the day ahead. I don't like running, too much impact on joints. But you know what I found out, QZ, is that jumping is like the best thing for your joints, believe it or not. So get you a rebounder. You don't like running because of the impact on your joints, but get a rebounder and start jumping on that rebounder, because that has been shown great things to help maintain muscle mass, preserve joint health. It's just insane. So do that. Cold versus hot shower and bath. Which is better for recovery or against inflammation? So Michael follows very strongly cold followed by heat. Now, men do better with cold. Women do better with heat. And I'm talking about the biomechanics of our body. Okay, I'm talking about the biology. So cortisol is one of those things that I'm trying to prevent having too much of. And stress makes me release cortisol. So if I get too cold, if women get too cold, their body increases production of cortisol. If a man gets too hot, it's the same, right? And cortisol also causes inflammation. So that's what we want to avoid. So for men, your best bet is going to be cold plunge or cold shower, cold ice bath, whatever, then followed by warm, but not too hot. Women, our best bets are going to be don't cold plunge. If you do cold plunge, it needs to be warmer than what men would cold plunge at. But saunas, hot saunas. How's it going? Laura is now looking up the DHEA. She has been taking magnesium collagen, 1 a day, 50 plus vitamins. Okay. There's something else there. Yeah, DHEA. Mine was low. When I had all of my blood work checked, my DHEA was very low. DHEA helps us to produce our sex hormones, which is estrogen and testosterone. So if you take these, if you're low on it, it can help your natural production. I'm taking them in conjunction with my bioidentical hormones because everything across the board was low. Like my engine was sputtering, okay? Jumping jacks are supposed to be good. Yes, jumping jacks are supposed to be good, but again, on a rebounder, not just on hard floor, okay? Rebounders. Oh, you know what else I found out that I'm very excited about that I haven't shared with Michael yet? I'm really, really pumped about it though. That coffee, I've been trying to avoid caffeine. Coffee is actually very good for you. Yeah, they just like released studies in the last few days about that 2-3 cups a day, all kinds of benefits. So I'm about to add coffee back into my routine too. Probably in the mornings for when I first wake up. It does have a thermogenic effect, but also for mental clarity. And then I can't remember what all they are. I'm gonna have to read it and I'll attach it later in the comments. But different vitamins, minerals, chemicals, whatever, that we need for better function in our body. And coffee, yeah. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I like these good questions. All good questions out there. But hey, QZ, am I saying that right? I don't like running either. I don't want to run anywhere. Hurts my joints, hurts my back. And I was never that person. You know, people talk about getting a runner's high. I was never that girl. I've never enjoyed running for any length of time. And every now and then, Michael Todd, if y'all know Michael, he'll get on a kick. He doesn't at 300 pounds, I'll tell you that. But he'll get on a kick where, ooh, we're gonna run. And then everything is a competition to him. If he's not competing against someone else, he's competing against himself. And he pulls me in on that shit. So then he's like, well, yesterday we did 2 miles in this time. Today we're gonna beat that. We're gonna do it in this amount of time. I'm like, how about I not run at all? I'll follow behind in the golf cart. Yeah, we drink coffee for sure. She has about 2 cups. I take Adderall too. Probably not best to take caffeine with it. It gives me anxiety. Oh, that's the other thing. So my anxiety with perimenopause and with the drop in progesterone and drop in testosterone increases your anxiety. Sucks. Magnesium helps with that. So that's one of those things that at nighttime, I'll be laying there during my insomnia hours. I'll be laying there and intrusive thoughts jumping in my head. And it's always something about something happening to one of my grandbabies, something happening to one of my children, something happening to one of my dogs, something happening to my husband, you know, all of this stuff. And it's like, makes my heart race. It's horrible. So taking, of course, the HRT, but magnesium along with that is supposed to help with that too. So yeah, I take my Adderall. Well, it's like midday now, 11. So I try to take it at about 11. If I don't take it about midday, then it'll wear off and I would have to take another one. And I just don't want to do that. So I'll have my coffee in the morning when I first wake up, and then I'll take the Adderall about. Rebecca has bunions? No, I don't have bunions. Not yet. I guess I could get bunions. But I've never had a problem with my feet. I don't think my grandma or my mom has either. I think that's a lot. People freaking wear too tight of shoes. I go barefoot. I like being barefoot. How about y'all? I'm just a good old Arkansas girl. I like being barefoot. Drink coffee for sure. Oh, 2 cups. How can you fall asleep fast, especially when traveling and having jet lag? I have trouble sleeping fast. I watch videos to fall asleep. Oh, well, that's the thing though, QZ, is that watching the videos, that light actually makes your brain want to stay awake. So unfortunately, you need to cut that off. If you could go reading or listening to sleep stories. I just recorded a sleep story for a university, by the way. Listening to sleep stories can sometimes help people sleep, but magnesium, you might be low on magnesium. That makes it, if you're low on magnesium, it makes it difficult to sleep. So you might need a magnesium supplement, but also I take melatonin. Now, I can't fall asleep fast. And apparently that's one of the symptoms of perimenopause, not just being able to fall asleep fast, but sleeping at all. Last 2 nights, I've actually gotten 7 hours of sleep. The night before that, 1.5. The night before that, like 2 or 3. And brain just wouldn't shut off. And just so y'all know, I am not a good person when I haven't slept. Like, my brain with ADHD, it takes so much energy to just function, but then you add on top of that sleep deprivation, and I have to use about 98% of my function just to focus on the single task I'm trying to do. And if there's any noise, anything going on at all around me, I can snap. I can go crazy. Like, Michael Todd does not always have it easy, guys. He just doesn't. What do we got here? I wish people understood our ADHD brains more. You know, Misha, I do too. I wish I had known about it earlier in life. Because men, or I should say, just not men and women, but males and females experience it differently. The symptoms are differently in each sex. And so for the longest time, females were not being diagnosed because they didn't have the symptoms that the men had. So I never knew that Michael was suffering or living. He wasn't suffering at the time. He was living with ADHD. Never knew it because Michael's never had or he hasn't in a long time at least, had a traditional job. So his day has not had to revolve around a schedule. And let's face it, I take care of that man. So like his food and everything was just ready for him. So it's like he had to prepare it or anything until his mom passed away. And when his mom passed away, he started going through grief. Then the ADHD symptoms were getting even worse. And things that he normally could remember, like where he put the keys, where he put his wallet, you know, those things are just gone. And so he is now getting medicated for ADHD and having a better quality of life. And I used to think, I just wish you knew what this was like, because his big pet peeve with me is not turning off lights. I'm like, so I left a light on, but we're all alive and I didn't burn the house down today. I don't think you understand that's a really good thing, you know? Closing cabinets, turning off lights, those are all things that are difficult for people with a neuroatypical brain, right? Now he gets it. And I'm kind of sad that he does. Just because he's also learned what having anxiety and what having depression is like. Kind of wish he didn't know, but now he does. So those things, you know, sometimes I wish that people had an idea of what it was like, but then I think, oh man, if I could not be this way, I'd rather be that way. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Oh, that's my ADHD brain at work, guys. Whew. Started here. Whoa, went all the way around, right? Like, I totally relate with what you're saying. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Have you looked up Nature Bell Magnesium Complex? It has 10 active types. Good stuff. No, but I'm sticking with what I got right now. Like I said, these were recommended to me. Like I said, I take this one in the morning. Well, I take 2 of these in the morning with 1 of these in the morning. Then I take 3 of these at night. So I'm doing what I'm doing right now because it's what my provider said, and we're going. And the truth is, I started a lot all at once. Usually you want to start one thing at a time, but I was so low on things across the board. It was like, all right, well, you're going to have to take more than just one thing at a time and add it, because if you don't, the one thing that you're adding isn't going to work as well. So many of these things work in conjunction with each other, right? So many people think that women's HRT is just estrogen, and it's just not. You can take estrogen, but estrogen is not going to work as well for you, possibly, without progesterone. And it's not going to do anything to help your sex drive, help your mental clarity, and help your maintenance of strength without also replacing the testosterone that you're losing. So we need all of those things. All of those things. Is there food that you avoid because it's unhealthy? I don't cut anything out. I know that people say they don't eat sugars. I don't add sugar, and I don't eat a lot of processed foods except for at my cheat meal times, right? But I don't stay away from anything. I rarely drink alcohol. That's not good for me. By the way, that's another thing, ladies. For your ladies that are in their midlife years, perimenopause and menopause, alcohol actually worsens the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. Actually makes mood swings worse, drops libido, accelerates bone loss. So there's all of those things. Alcohol is not one of those things that are good for us to have, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't have your glass of wine every now and then, but drinking like we're in our 20s and 30s is just not a good plan for us. So no, I just try to make, like I said, I don't avoid foods, but I try to make sure that protein is the star macro of my day. Every meal, every time I eat, my calories that come from protein are going to outweigh the calories from carbs or from fats. Is carrot cake good for eyes, or is it a bad excuse? I'm going with it's good for your eyes. I love some I love some carrot cake. I absolutely love carrot cake. I'm growing carrots right now. I want to say I'm excited about it. I'm kind of ambivalent about my garden this year. It's growing, it's doing beautifully, but I haven't been able to spend as much time as I would like. And when I say I haven't been able to spend as much time, I haven't been free to spend as much time. So it's one of those things that I would probably enjoy it better if I was out there more. Hey, Woody. We're just having a chat. I was actually having a big old chat, long chat about hormone replacement therapy for women. So go back and watch it because I know you got several women that you care about in your life. And there's been a lot of new research, new information that is released, and women need more support. They need more support. Hey, I need to finish my breakfast, don't I? I'm sitting here having a chat and I haven't even finished my breakfast. 36 grams of protein, good stuff. Got my flaxseed in here, my healthy fats in here. So I'm making sure I got my proteins all done. Yes, talk about any food. No foods. So pizza is also healthy because of the vegetables. Hey, I don't have any problem with pizza. I find that in this stage of my life, everything in moderation, right? Clearly, I'm not going to eat pizza every meal. I save pizza for my cheat meals. Not because pizza is bad, but because I want to eat a lot of pizza. And eating a lot of pizza is bad. So today, Michael and I will be having pizza. And we'll get 2 large pizzas. And I'll probably eat hand-tossed pizzas. So it's the thicker crust. I'll probably eat 5 slices myself. And it's pepperoni pizza. And I love pizza, right? And then I'll also have some cheesecake with it. Little cheesecakes. I love me some cheesecake. But I'm not of the mindset that I need to believe or tell people that a food is bad. Don't eat that. No, I think that too much of some foods are bad. That's what's making us fat. The fact that we eat hamburgers is not making us fat. The fact that we supersize burgers, supersize fries, supersize soft drinks, and eat it multiple times a day and week, that's what's making us fat. Not burgers, not fries, not pizza. It's the amounts that we're eating. And it's the fact that we've become sedentary. We're not doing heavy work anymore. People are just sitting. So, yeah. But absolutely. And QZ, going along with that same frame of thought, cake is healthy because it has milk and has eggs. Cake is healthy. There you go. And if you put chocolate in it, that's a plus, right? Because we all know that dark chocolate is good for us as well. So y'all want to see my garden? Y'all want to walk out there with me? I've got to finish this breakfast at some point. I'll finish it here in just a little bit. Let's go have a look, see at the garden. Chansey, come here. Come here. Here's my Chansey. Him sweet Chance. We just got him last November. And their cookie dough. Oh, Phil, if you're still on, your daughter is going to love cookie dough. Let me see if I can switch this around. Look at us, Cookie. She actually came from, hey, baby girl, the same place that Oreo did. But she is 8 years old. Cute as heck. And it's just absolutely sweet. Well, let's walk out to the garden. Y'all are going to have to just overlook the huge mess that is my backyard. So because of Chance, I had to put a fence around my garden this year. He loves to get in there and dig. And I was losing all of my soil. So along here last year, this was Tomato Alley. It will be again, but right now it's just my herbs. These are all last year's herbs, and they are growing. Now, check this out. This is a marigold. I didn't plant that. Did not plant that. It's just left from last year. A little bit of chives. So these are my herbs growing. The winter did not kill them, so they're doing good. So I'll have tomatoes on this side again. That's a tomato plant that I did not plant. It's just enjoying itself. These are the babies that I moved out yesterday. So I have got cherry tomatoes, Amish paste tomatoes going there. Some more marigolds. Ah, beautiful mint here. Over there, I've got some peppers. My peppers aren't doing real great this year. That one kind is. Those are red peppers. Those are red peppers. That one kind is. Oh, thank you. She is gorgeous. Ruby chocolate. I'd be interested in trying that. This is my lettuce. I didn't come out here and trim it this morning. I should have. Marigolds. These are my Irish potatoes. So I thought they grew in vines, y'all. They're growing up. So I've got to heal some more soil on them. Now this crazy mess is catnip. That is one plant. Can you believe that? One plant. And it's just going crazy. I planted it last year. It's just going nuts. But if you look over here, I got some more lettuce here. This is all oregano. All of that is oregano. That's crazy. It's just got a little marigold tucked over there in the corner. And here's another catnip. I just trimmed this yesterday too. Had to cut it back quite a bit. Some more oregano. Some rosemary. Now this is what's funny. So this bed last year was my tomato bed. All of this was my tomato bed. This year, I'm putting my cucumbers over here. So I've got tomato plants popping up everywhere. And I was pulling them. I'm going to pull you because you're grass. I was pulling them, but they keep popping up. And so I'm like, screw it. Screw it. You can stay. So let me come around this side. Okay. See? This tomato plant. Tomato plant. Tomato plant, tomato plant, tomato plant. There's some chives. But did not plant them. Those are just volunteers. I actually dug some up, threw some out. I'm going to take these to a friend. Oh, look, there's another one. Snuck him up too. So cucumber, and then cucumber. And then here they are. These are where the carrot patch is. Now, I planted those seeds, and y'all, it came a torrential downpour 2 days after I planted them. So they're all bunched up together. I have thinned them out a little bit. I don't know how much more I should thin them out. And then around the edges, I did not put that cucumber there. Did not. It's there. Around the edges are beets. I'm very excited about those because I tried to grow beets last year and did not get one beet. Not one. But how hysterical are the tomatoes growing? And I'm told you're not supposed to grow tomatoes and cucumbers together, but they keep popping up. And I'm seriously like, well, I'm just doing an experiment. This is only my second year. My last year was just seeing how crowding and everything did. And I wasn't planning on crowding this year, but check all that out. The oregano and catnip have other ideas. Well, let's go on over here. So, something else I'm excited about. Hey, Chance. Cookie dough came outside. So, over here are my blackberry bushes that I planted last summer. And look, y'all, I'm going to have blackberries. I'm so excited about that. Rudy says, rhubarb is very easy to grow, great for apple crumble, pie, and custard. Yum. Tall Paul Hutchins, already looking great, Miss Rebecca. I'm getting ready to go fence in my garden before the deer gets them. And potatoes. Yeah, I got potatoes. That's what my Chance, what a stud. Chance is a stud. He's proud of himself. So funny story. Oh, got some more sage there, and that's from last year too. So that's what's so great about the garden this year, guys, is that I've got so many things that are just producing from last year. You can see over here, that's trellising that's not going to work. I've got to redo it. And I'm just really sorry it's all a mess. It's just been a topsy-turvy year. A little more mint back there. Yes, here are the potatoes. Somebody was asking about the potatoes. Got the potatoes growing. And those also I planted 2 days before the torrential downpours. And I thought, I'm going to get any potatoes. But there they are. Oh, look. Okay, this is funny. So the lettuce was also planted before the flood. And it just scattered the seeds. Look. Got some lettuce growing there. Some there too. It was all supposed to be on this end. I haven't put anything in this yet, in this bed. This had my sweet potatoes in it last year. So I think I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple of my tomato, Amish paste tomato plants in there this year. And there's some more oregano. Oh, and okay, this is funny. Do any of you guys do this? I don't know what that is. I took a marker. See how I wrote this? Basil. None of the basil's coming up. I took a marker and I wrote on the trays what they were, but some of them faded. And so I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it, I mean, who knows? I guess if it lives, I'll just figure it out later on, right? And those are all from last year's containers that had tomatoes in them or eggplants, and nothing's planted in them yet. I'll be transplanting stuff in those. But how about that sage? Anybody need any sage? I got sage, parsley, and I cut quite a bit yesterday and hung it up. So yeah, I'm very excited about the garden doing stuff when I really hadn't planned on it doing stuff. Are we going inside, Chancey Poo? I gotta get in here and finish my breakfast and let the other 3 out. If you've been following us for a while, you know about Maya, Bandit, and Oreo. Oh, let me go show y'all Oreo. Let's see if she's back here. We're just real, right? We're just real. So you're fixing to see a huge mess, but you're gonna just have to deal with it. Oh, Oreo must be in the room. Okay, so this is we did have our bedroom upstairs, but it was too difficult for Oreo to get up and down the stairs. So we moved downstairs so we could all be together. And so Michael has a king bed. I have a queen bed. And then we have another queen bed right down here because all the dogs sleep with us. So Oreo sleeps with Michael most nights. In my queen bed, this is funny, I've got Maya, Bandit, and Oreo all with me. Hey, okay. Everybody ready? Y'all want to say hi? Here we are. There's our Oreo. Hey, baby. There's Oreo. There's Maya. They've just had their breakfast, and I make them stay in their kennels and rest for a little bit after eating because they're at risk for their stomachs twisting after they eat. So, and Bandit is our resident crackhead. I'm not Bandit, Chance is. So, Chance, enough. Come on, Bandy, let's go tinkle. Let's go outside. Come on, baby. There we go. Go ahead, Cookie. Go ahead, Oreos. Good girl. Maya, come on, baby. But these dogs are our life, y'all. When you hear Michael say it's getting harder for him to leave because of the dogs, it is the truth. And it started with this one. Maya, let's go outside, baby. Back here. Maya is 13. Oreo turns 15 on the day that Michael competes against Vitali. May 10th. Go ahead, Mike. Go outside, baby. Go ahead. Oh, traffic jam. Come on in, Cookie. And told you already, Cookie's going to be 8 officially on June 1st. Now, the boys are young. They're both approximately 3 years old. Love to see Oreo. She is so sweet. Oreo and Maya still looking good and healthy. Well, Maya's looking good. You can't tell that Maya is old. Oreo is not getting around so good. She's sleeping a lot more. A lot more. She's been through one bout of cancer already, and we are pretty certain she has a cancerous tumor on her knee, and the doctor doesn't want to do anything about it, and we don't want to either because she wouldn't survive a surgery. I'm watching her walk around right now, and she has trouble walking. She does walk. Don't get me wrong. She does walk. She still goes on pack walks with us. We go and we walk around the perimeter of our yard. We call it property control. We have a smaller property control that we do with Oreo so that she can be a part of the pack, and she loves it. It's like her thing. But she stumbles a lot, and she's fallen a lot, and we're carrying her a lot. I feel like we're in the last few months. I don't know if we have months, actually. She got sick before Thanksgiving, respiratory virus, and we had her on antibiotics probably a full 90 days to get her healthy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Phil. To get her over that, it was very hard to get her well. But that Oreo, you know, people have their heart dogs. That's Michael's. And he is realizing that he's going to have less time with her, so he's going to be... I wish you were here too, Phil. We have a great dog sitter that when we go, they stay with her, and she is fabulous. Karen, she's actually their trainer too, so she has helped us when there were problems with, you remember the vet thing? Helped us to make sure our dogs our pack stays harmonious, okay? And that everybody is safe. But Michael is realizing that the time with Oreo is quickly winding down, and he is trying to spend more and more time with her, as much time as possible. I mean, this little girl, you don't understand. We've had her for 10 years now, and he would get in the hot tub with her. And when the pool gets done, we're going to start getting her back in the pool. The hot tub is now too warm for her. But when the pool gets done, hopefully we still have her, and she can get in the pool, and he can help her there. But he would get in the hot tub with her to help her with her therapy, to get stronger. Hey, Rick, I've been following the Monster since 2020, and we love what you do. Thank you for existing. Well, that was very sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Karen is great with the dogs, but I really would love if we had somebody that we trusted enough to stay here in our home with them, because they're so much happier at home. But it's really a lot. It was a lot when we had 3, but now that we have 5, it's a lot, because you have to be so aware of dog behavior. Oh, let me get that door for Mike. Wait, babe. Babe. Sorry. You have to be, on different life, you have to be so aware of dog behavior that you can pick up on the little things. And little things, because packs, sometimes they have issues, and you have to make sure nobody gets hurt, right? And these are strong, powerful dogs, so we have to make sure that they're all safe. There's no reason to be barking at Daddy. He came inside. Chance will pace. When he thinks Michael is outside, he just paces, going from one door to the next, worrying about his dad coming in. Well, guys, I've been hanging on here. I can't believe you guys have been great to talk to, though. I'm going to have to get off, finish my breakfast, and then I've got a lot to do today because, as you all know, we fly out tomorrow. And packing we pack light. We only carry carry-ons now. We're going to be gone for a week. So I have to be very strategic. So I got to get to planning for that. But I thank you all for hanging out with me. You've been awesome. And I'll see you next time. Oh, don't forget to share my platform with women in your life. They need to know.